What's going on YouTube? This past weekend, Harbor Freight ran another 20/25% if you're an ITC member off of all of their Icon tools. And I did load up the first time around. If you haven't seen my first video, a ton of just foundational tools to replace my old mechanic set, but I do fairly have a pretty big haul that I'd like to take you guys through, that you know, some of the stuff that I'm excited about. So without further ado, let me put this in the picture here, get my gloves on. Oh, real quick, these Milwaukee level 1s have been amazing. Just did some floorboard installation repair over the last few days, and they've held up great. But yeah, let's talk about what we have here. So first up, we have our professional universal joint socket adapters. And we have every size from 1/4, 3/8 to 1/2 inch drive. And let's see. Let's open it up. Take you guys through it. And I will be putting these on, each of these on the different size ratchets. Okay, just right off the bat. Little molded case. Truth be told, in my previous mechanic set, I only had the option of using a 3/8, so I am happy to add the 2 other sizes. That'll help me get through you know, those tough scenarios where you need to be able to pivot in tight spaces. So yeah, so let me actually start with the 1/4 inch. I've got the 1/4 inch ratchet here. 14. Okay, this is the 1/4 inch Icon ratchet here. To add it to here. I am happy that the joint does stay up, at least for the time being. Let's see if we add this is a 14, which is the biggest size. Honestly, I would throw on a 1/4 inch ratchet. I wouldn't be surprised if it does flop. Yeah, but that should be fine. If I ever need to stiffen this joint up, I just add electrical tape around. But yeah, fit and finish, it's pretty nice. So leave that here. Let me go ahead and grab a 3/8. Here's the 3/8 ratchet. This one does feel a little stiffer, but we'll see if it does hold up by itself. Same thing, 14 millimeter socket on the end there, and it does hold, so that does make me happy. Yeah, great. Okay, finally, let's hook up the 1/2 inch. Here is the 1/2 inch, this behemoth of a ratchet. Oh yeah, this thing is not going to move at all. It's just really, really nice. Throw the 14 on there. Beautiful. virtually zero slop there. But of course, if you need a pivot in, it should be able to accommodate all angles there. But yeah, very happy with the universal joints. Okay, next up we have some specialty offset box wrenches, metric. My use case, I would use these when we have to replace and or change out, or when you're installing lift kits and you need to take off the factory top hats off of your strut and shock. And just the offset here on the wrench, and we'll get into it when I unbox this, but that allows you to do that without any interference. If any of you have changed any struts or installed new springs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's get into the box itself. Again, very, I really consider these to be specialty wrenches, but in the case that you need them, oh boy, do they come in handy. But yeah, same thing, blow molded case. Take it down. Let's go like that, yeah. Okay, so let's look at the, this is the 12 and 14. This is great. Again, the top bolt on a top hat would be recessed below the actual surface of that top hat itself, and then usually there is a Allen in the threaded part of the strut. There is an Allen key on the top that you can use, and you would obviously just use this to twist that nut off so the top hat comes off. I know some of you guys have seen some of those videos that have gone viral about people just trying to string their or makeshift compress their springs, and it really is just super dangerous to do that. So I would definitely stay away from that. Here's the 1719. Nice offset. There's a good weight to this too. Yeah. Yeah, these are the offset wrenches. Another specialty tool here. We have the multi-spline extractor set. This is the 15-piece set. They do sell a 25-piece set, but yeah, I don't think I would need all of those sizes, so I went ahead and got the 15-piece. You would use this, I mean, well, I'll just read off the description on the box. Provides easy removal of stubborn or broken studs, nuts, bolts, and screws. So what you would do, as I unbox this, in the case that you have a stripped bolt head, excuse me, if you have a stripped bolt head and or screw, you would drill it out first to create a divot just large enough to stick one of these in, right? So you put this on the edge of a socket, and this would go into the surface in which you drilled that pilot hole in, right? And then you run it lefty-loosey. Sorry, camera focusing. You run it lefty-loosey to remove that stripped screw head and or bolt head. Again, 15 different sizes. As I said, with the offset wrenches, you don't know when you'll end up needing this, and hopefully you never need to use this set. But when you do need it, these things are helpful in a pinch. And here's the biggest size that we have here, which is a 9/16 drill. Pretty hefty. Yeah. But yeah, this is the extractor socket set, and or I'm sorry, extractor set, and comes with, again, just some nice reminder and instructions on how to use this set properly. Another set of helpful but specialty, I would consider specialty tools here. We have the scraper and removal tools. It comes with a 10-inch gaseous scraper, a scratch awl, 9-inch scratch awl, a 9-inch cotter pin puller, and an 8-inch hose removal tool. Now this is very similar to, well, Harbor Freight does sell a similar set, but it's strictly dedicated to just radiator hose removal. And in my own experience, I don't think I needed 8 different, I guess, mega size picks dedicated for radiator hoses, whereas this set, even though it's just a set of 4, allows me the comfort of having what I think I would use a ton is the gasket scraper. Nice edge on that, nice beveled edge. And from what I understand, if this does get dull, you can sharpen this. And yeah, similar to the screwdrivers, has a nice comfort grip handle. Very ergonomic, as with the other 3. So that is the gasket scraper. This is the scratch awl. Scratch awl, sorry. I don't know when, honestly, I would use this. Maybe if I just need a straight pick, or if something got caught in a small crack, I can just use the end of this to, I guess, get it out. But again, I don't really imagine myself using this too much. Then we have the cotter pin grabber. Sorry for the lack of focus there, but it is kind of it's a bent 90-degree angle that's offset. I typically just use my needle nose pliers to take cotter pins out, but hey, I'll take another tool that'll help aid me in those tasks, because I do know that there are some cotter pins that, oh boy, they can definitely be stubborn. And just finally, the radiator hose specific tool here. So yeah, just bent, not entirely a 90-degree, so you do get some affordance in the angle if you're reaching into said, get under a radiator hose there. The handle will be bent your way instead of having to start here, so I guess that does help. But yeah, this is the scraper and removal tools set. Next up, we have not their entire line of pliers, but a good amount of them. And forgive me, I can't open them on camera because they are already open. I purchased each of these, and I wanted to have them on hand for a job that I did on my 4Runner to replace a lot of the cooling, heater hose, and vacuum hose lines. And there's some real awkward spots and some real tight clearance gaps that you know, you need some of these long reach pliers, and so that's why I got them. But we'll just start off with like more of the everyday pliers. First up we have the slip joint pliers. These have been good. 3-way, so obviously this is the first adjustment, middle will be the second, and finally your third. Grips on these are nice, as on all of the other pliers, but yeah, these are amazing. Very happy with these. The teeth are very healthy on these also. Very sturdy. There's not, you know, when you just grab a pair of pliers and you shake them around, there's some like jitteriness in them. There is literally none of that in these if I try to rock them back and forth between the two parts. So you can't beat this for $20 plus 25% off. You really just can't. And my recommendation is, if you're gonna buy any of the Icon pliers, it's gonna be between these for $20 and or their needle noses. And these also are amazing. I mean, you know, I mentioned it earlier, but if you need something, you know, I'm used to using these to take cotter pins out. But yeah, same thing, you know, like depending on what you do day to day, and I'm, again, just a regular DIY garage mechanic. But if you want, you know, a healthy set of pliers, you know, no rocking there between the two parts, and the tip, sorry for the focusing issues there. Tip is very, very nice. Teeth are nice and healthy. Yeah, very happy with these. Okay, next up we have the adjustable slip joint pliers too. Same thing, grips are really nice, really easy to adjust. You need to get to a specific size, you can. Yeah, just like no play in between these either. And you cannot, again, $20, 25% off. Very, very, very reasonable. Talk about getting your money's worth here. Did I mention the lifetime warranty? Yeah, so. And I'll go through the long reach stuff now. We'll start with the straight nose long reach. There's no gap in there in between the two jaws there, so that helps to inspire confidence. This is the 45 degree. These come in real handy when, man, you just need to get under a throttle body, get behind an intake manifold, which is what I had to do this previous weekend. Yeah, can't recommend these enough. What you pay and the value you get. And then finally, just some the regular short hose pliers. And I got these for, if you're replacing and you need to get, if you're replacing like a 20 to 30 year old hose due to gross negligence, you need to be able to get onto the hose and rock the end back and forth before you even attempt to pull it off of whatever it's being held on there. You know, so it's one of the tools I hope that I don't have to use, but if you need it, you got it in a pinch. So But yeah, those are the Icon pliers that I will be adding to my tool stash. We have the ball end L-shaped hex wrench set in metric sizing. It is a 13-piece set. And I think they have these in just the regular matte black in your typical Allen key or Allen wrench, colorway. But I said, why not? Why not get the multicolor? But yeah, so let me get this bad boy open. Okay, here is the set. Sizing ranges from, sorry for this lack of focusing there, but 0.5 all the way to 10. And let's just grab the 0.5, which is super teeny and tiny. I wouldn't even know what I'd be using this thing for. But this thing is ridiculously small. Like this is like the size of a toothpick, really. And then we'll bump it up all the way to the size 10 here. And I'm happy just to have all of my Allen wrenches just in one spot. This holder is gonna serve me well, I believe. Yeah, and this definitely inspires confidence. And if the ball end again is if you are having to work in a situation where the bolt head is obviously straight up and down, but there's an obstacle that kind of forces you to come in at an angle, okay, you can still for the most part be able to get that bolt head off with this end of it instead of using just the short side here. Yeah, I do think that there is a good enough with all of the Allen wrenches here that there's a good enough space here between where the bolt head would be and where it actually curves, where you can get some leverage, get some torque down on the bolt head. Because I know I was looking at some is it Bondas? Yeah. Anyways, I was looking at those and they have some really short L heads, So this is why I opted for these. And I think they're gonna work well for me. So yeah, this is the Icon Allen wrench set here. Don't look now, but yes, you got it right. I bought another work light. Can't have enough flashlights, work lights. Yeah, so I wanted to try this out. They're calling it a floodlight. I really just, the way that you can position them, via magnet here on the bottom, I would just call it a spotlight. This thing is ridiculously bright. As you can see, at its highest output, it is 2100 lumens. Water dust impact resistant. Again, as I mentioned before, magnetic base, and it rotates. And just some of the settings here. Apologies. High, again, as I said, 2100 lumens. Medium's 1000. Low is 280. And yeah, USB-C. That's nice. That's where the world is headed. So I'm happy that I can have just one wire to charge multiple devices if I'm going places. Does have a battery light indicator. That's also very helpful. Oh, and I guess this is also a power bank. In an edge case or in a pinch, if you need to charge, I don't know, your phone or another device, I guess you have that convenience. I don't ever see myself doing that, but yeah, without further ado, let's get this thing open. Here's the actual light, and then we get the wire behind it, the USB-C charging cable, and instructions. Who needs instructions? But yeah, as I mentioned before, USB-C. But yeah, here is, oh, let me take that off. We don't need that. We don't need that. Take that off. But yeah, this is actually pretty hefty. Oh, and I see it's not like a full swivel, but there are sections, which is nice. You know, inspires confidence, very sturdy. But this thing is bright. So let me actually turn off my lights real quick. Turn off this light. And I'm hoping this thing is charged. Sorry, I was looking for the on button. But yeah, so that's the first mode. You hit it again, I think. Oh. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 2100. This is lighting up the room. I'm looking around my living room and I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So I'll actually get a clip of me just flashing it above, you know, outside of a hood, so you can just see what it's like at its highest setting, and then that way we can also just maybe look at the magnetic base. But let me turn on my lights again. Very happy that I got this work light. Oh yeah, there's the battery indicator there. Yeah, great. Here is the under the hood live performance of the 2100 Lumen Icon floodlight slash spotlight. So you can see, really can't see anything under the hood. I would not be able to work on this in its current state, but let me just turn on the icon light. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. I can see way more clearly now. Very happy with it. Now in terms of the magnet, as you can see, pretty sturdy. I mean, I'm shaking the hood, trying to move this thing. But yeah, again, very, very bright. No complaints here. Happy with it. All right, last but not least, got this bad boy here. This is the 24-ounce ball peen dead blow hammer. Solid steel shank extends from the head all the way down through the handle. I, truth be told, have never owned an auto mechanic specific hammer. I would just use whatever is in the garage. Yeah, I'm happy to have this thing. I'm gonna be doing some bearing work, which involves, you know, striking bearing races multiple times to get them removed. And you know, I was thinking that this is gonna make my life easier. And hey, again, 25% off. I figure I could do no wrong giving this a shot. I think there are 3 other sizes. I think it goes Oh, I could be wrong, but I think it's 12, 24, then 36. So I went with the middle of the road here with the 24. But yeah, let me get this thing open so we can go through it. I'm really actually excited to use this thing. But yeah, lifetime warranty. I do feel like I'm gonna be beating on this thing. There's a nice heavy weight to it. But yeah, I am excited to give this thing a shot. This is the 24-ounce ball peen dead blow hammer from Icon. Well, fits nice in the hand. So thanks for sticking around, YouTube. Happy to take you guys through my latest purchase from Harbor Freight. I think my next big purchase is some kind of toolbox, whether it's the 5-drawer US General or the what is it, the 32, is it 32 or 36 inch full bank cart. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just working out of an old system in terms of organization between a few different toolboxes that I own. I don't have like one gigantic central toolbox. I do want to consolidate and, you know, instead of having to mix and match and place in different toolboxes, you know, just one central catch-all toolbox. So hopefully that comes in, then, you know, in a future video. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. See you on the next one.